hey, so we're gonna look real quick at ankle mobility and ways that we can improve the ankle and the mobility that we can get out of it. Because when we're looking at any of your strength movements, your squats, your deadlifts, if you're an Olympic lifter doing cleans, we need to be able to have some range of motion in our ankle to be able to get into good and stable positions. And so one of the things that we can look at is a lot of times people just stretch the calf, right? They'll get up on something and they'll just stretch out their calves, right? Now, when we look at tissue tolerances and basically how we can maximize our range of motion, we need to actually load what we're trying to increase the range of motion in. So what we need to think about is there's a couple different ways that we can maximize and load the ankle safely and the knee safely to create some of that extra range of motion. So this first one is just a split squat with a super deep knee flexion, right? So what we would see is foot on just a slightly elevated surface, but as you go down, driving forward as far as you can into the front of that foot, everything stays in line. So my knee is in line with the middle of my foot, driving forward and then pushing back into that extension. You can load that up with dumbbells. You can do that as a legitimate exercise, right? Maybe my super heavy fives here, but same thing, driving into that ankle, keeping that foot flat on whatever you're using, a plate, a box, and then driving back. You can do it as a lunge. I'm gonna show you from here, it's just the regular split squat, all right? Lowering down, drive all the way forward, splitting back up, right? The other thing you can do, if you just want to use it as a simple mobility drill, you can take a knee and you can add some extra tension to that, right? So I get my little dumbbell or my weight and you can drive into that position, driving that ankle and just rocking into those positions. So when we're looking at trying to maximize some of those movements, we need to look at loading the tissue because we can have flexibility, but we need to have stability and mobility, which is being able to stabilize in those end ranges of motion. So if you've got really crappy ankles, if you have some hard time doing some of those movements in the gym, or you just really want your ankles to be healthy, you know, especially if you wear like high heels all the time or you wear like boots or your ankles all locked in, being able to get some of that extra range of motion is going to be great for improving your foot health, your ankle health, and it's going to just transfer up the chain just a little bit better in order to make sure that you're moving in the right path with your strength work.